Let me use the bathroom real quick. How's your life going?
Alright, next week,
Okay, where are you going?
gonna be on a cruise
Oh, nice.
to Miami, the Bahamas, and then Jamaica.
Lovely. Lovely.
Off the rock coast, there's gonna be a bunch of different concerts on it.
Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, well, I'll send you my regards, somehow, through, God or otherwise. I'm, wanting a vacation, not, I think, it's hard to kind of pinpoint exactly, where I draw the line with opening up, some can of worms. I would say it's probably happening in some fashion, to me. And I would say it's probably happening now. The conservative approach to opening that whole can of worms is to lose my freedom. And that is, it's a great debate amongst, an out of control and an under control lifestyle and group of friends. And I say, it didn't stop suddenly and it didn't start suddenly, but it probably happened somewhere in between. And I have visions that it is it is a nation of bugs flying in a swarm, and sometimes these swarms have run into me, and sometimes they have a mind of their own, or catch me on some technicalities, and I don't always see what they're doing, but I do think they might be saying something to me. Crazy app today. Powder. And a terrible towel. Hands on. Hands off. Crazy app today. Powder. And the terrible towel. Hands on. Hands off. Hands off. Within us, without us, belief. Let me use the bathroom real quick. How's your life going?
Alright. Next week, we'll be on vacation.
Okay, where are you going?
It's going to be on a cruise.
Oh, nice.
To Miami, the Bahamas, and then Jamaica.
Lovely. Lovely.
It's called the Rock Boat, so there's going to be a bunch of different concerts on it.
Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, well, I'll send you my regards, somehow, through, God or otherwise. I'm, wanting a vacation, not, I think, that's, it's hard to kind of pinpoint exactly, where I draw the line with opening up, some can of worms. I would say it's probably happening in some fashion, to me. And I would say it's probably happening now. The conservative approach to opening that whole can of worms is to lose my freedom. And that is, it's a great debate amongst, an out of control and an under control lifestyle and group of friends. And I say, it didn't stop suddenly and it didn't start suddenly, but it probably happened somewhere in between. And I have visions that it is it is a nation of bugs flying in a swarm, and sometimes these swarms have run into me, and sometimes they have a mind of their own, or catch me on some technicalities, and I don't always see what they're doing, but I do think they might be saying something to me. Let me use the bathroom real quick. How's your life going?
Alright. Next week,
Okay, where are you going?
it's gonna be on a cruise.
Oh, nice.
Miami, the Bahamas,
Lovely. Lovely.
all the rock coast. It's gonna be like different concerts.
Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, well, I'll send you my regards, somehow, through, God or otherwise. I'm, wanting a vacation, not, I think, it's hard to kind of pinpoint exactly, where I draw the line with opening up, some can of worms. I would say it's probably happening in some fashion, to me, and I would say it's probably happening now. The conservative approach to opening that whole can of worms is to lose my freedom, and that is it's a great debate amongst an out of control and an under control lifestyle and group of friends, and I say it didn't stop suddenly and it didn't start suddenly, but it probably happened somewhere in between, and I have visions that it is a nation of bugs flying in a swarm, and sometimes these swarms have run into me, and sometimes they have a mind of their own, or catch me on some technicalities, and I don't always see what they're doing, but I do think they might be saying something to me, and I would not like to make light of the tragedy that has betrothed me with becoming who I am, and that is a source and an origin and a vibe and a blender and a source of a root that I'd like to say remains unseen. It is hope, I guess, and it is not always blind faith. It can be a feeling, and I know that at that point in time when everything ran through me and I was at my worst, I would call it a deep depression, and I don't think you ever really heal up from those things. But miraculously, the type of hope I feel is that maybe I have and maybe I will, and then maybe again there'll have to be something I go through. And I know I do have to share it with people, and it seems that I feel like I damned people to exist, and I don't know, I keep telling myself that I didn't create myself, but maybe I did. I guess with these kinds of things, we only look at the blame, and we only look at the harsh damnation of religion and hope and all of the brilliant science that goes along with healing the mind. And mine is not always a pleasant thing to see. So I guess I'd like to say it's done. I would like to say these are temporary little rivers that we sometimes blockade and dam up. When I initially ran into that flood of pain, it built within me a sense that I didn't want to exist. I do forget how serious that is, and I'm reminded of superficial and shallow ways of looking at it, and then I'm also reminded of very deep people and very real things, and that is that the substance of hope is it's a science and it's a creed, and through self-denial, I can kind of jump into the fire, and I don't think I did it yet, but I guess I have to again, and I'm not going to choose it. Jokingly, I would say I'm not going to choose it, the pain. And I would call it hellish depression, and a really aching feeling that occurred when I entered Tucson, and that was that life is to be hated above all things. So I know that hell happened, and hell is, and I use it sparingly, and I use it liberally, and from that I know that it happened, the rupture and the fall of man, and in essence, I'm going to live in denial of the fact that it's beyond me. Needless to say, there is a flooding of art and science, and some very superficial things like food and drugs and alcohol, and all these great things. I want to define me, and I think I can with a liberal attitude that there is a way out, and it's through the door of Christ, and it hinges on some very demonic, dark things, i.e. the devil and angels, and even a God who has said he has forsaken me and I have forsaken him. And I know that what's forgotten is sort of the remainder of what I see and do today, and that is that you go forward and you choose to internalize some of this, and someone like my dad internalized a lot of this pain, my mom, and then people like Barack Obama or Jesus or rock and rollers like Jack Kerouac or James Dean. Furthermore, I think, and further on, I come to accept the fact that you can't go forward if you don't know how to. And if you don't know how to, you can't always say why not. And my life is in the hands of a variety of controllers and judges, and as a Renaissance and dilettante, I think I am a slave, and I'm a slave to one thing, and that is truly a blessing. So yeah, I guess I don't think we can stress the fact that you can not care until you don't, and at that point there is a attempt, and some would call it suicide, and some would choose to think of it as a very ethereal and great thing. I know I've always wanted to. I've always been trying to. And maybe I'll do it. And that is in no uncertain order. I've been trying a while now, and that is the essence of all tries leading up to any try, and the final try is probably a button that I'm about to press now. I did a little schooling. I did early childhood education, and I did pre-nursing, and there's something great about, all the attempts and failures that lead to wisdom. Some would say learning is wisdom. Some would say wisdom is learning. There's a real good song I might try to play, and it goes into depth about that and makes art out of it. But I do wonder what it means to have failure and success and rejection and access. And I'll play that song right now. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue to study universe. I guess I'd like to get out of this situation a little further into a sense of belonging and ownership, and really be absorbed in one moment. And it could be viewed as masturbation or Zen, but I guess ultimately that's what total freedom is. And as a root, you can call it something like mojo or chi or yin and yang. Most people probably call it feeling good, and I think it's a pretty solid baseline. I guess I like to think it begins with me, and that's kind of the whole God complex and my whole God teaching from Leica down to the Z or the Zach. I don't know how. I guess a lot of people want to believe in me, and I receive these commands and directives and these noteworthy insubordinations are rooted in doubt and indifference for something in motion, and I guess it would be caring that I have to do, and I'd like to care as much as I can without actually dying in the process and losing who I am. And that's something I wrote on my mirror is, I can lose myself in the music sometimes, and I can make it very important to remind myself of what I need reminding. And looking in the mirror, I think it's not always quite what you want it to be. I think I am a slave to my values and the people entwined in those. And through that image, I know, I'm getting my ducks in a row and my things in a line to proceed and succeed to the final me. And that would mean dying, and that would mean a great sense of fear and loathing and any number of really deep things. And I guess I'd call that the final explanation, but I know my time isn't coming soon. I probably think I'm probably going to make it to 40, and I'm tired of waiting, but I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for kind of the whole thing, which is I do consider life right now to be a movie, completely scripted by God and the people, and that would leave a lot of the blame and success to me, but it would also allow for some wiggle room where we could just call it artistic caring. the song I was just gonna label It Happened. Yeah, well, I wish you luck on your walkthroughs. Yeah, well, I mean, we're already in heaven. That's how I like to leave it. Being up front, I know I can be the enemy to a lot of people out there. I guess it's my intermediary. My sister is my co-god, and my brother is my co-god, and even you as my co-god. I would say I would let that bad taste linger for so long until you finally need to end yourself, I guess, because you don't know what ducks are going to get in a row and what lines are going to be crossed. And I'm glad you met me. Yeah, I mean, this has been a real joy, this progress and this process. I don't know if it would be possible to really explain what consciousness is. I think at the end of the day, it's beyond dissonance and discord and in Descartes and Daniel Dennett and Occam's razor or solipsism or neurology. And whether it is the former or the latter, or Jacob's ladder or Pan's labyrinth, prepare to be amazed by the maze, I suppose. And that is all I have for today. But is that our allotted amount of time?
I mean, we have a little bit more time.
Okay, well,
That's a good endpoint then.
yeah, it seems like a good endpoint. Well, I'm sorry. I guess we're investing in our values and we're clarifying our values out there. Some of the earlier stuff I felt, I think it pertains to now. I do think, it shows Lakeit Care, my controller. I think Lakeit Cares and Lakeit Cares. I think do I and the people. I know I do. It does require some level of voicelessness and powerlessness that we'll never forget, and at the same time we'll try to forget too. And I guess, if I was to compartmentalize all that pain and suffering, I can internalize it about half, I can not internalize it about half, and I would view that as externalizing it, but I guess I'm going to have to confront that at some later point in time. Insular, exposure, the group, the person, the man, the myth, the legend. Us.